Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we are going to take our outside sword flare and we are going to add a 180-degree rotating pullover. As with all things, we are always changing one thing at a time. We worked on an outside sword flare, we worked on an inside sword flare. We're going to take our outside flare, add it to our 180 that we do with the mace. Our sword grip 180, reviewed quickly, starts from our inside position, rotates to our outside position. We are not doing this with the heavy side up for now because we do that with heavy clubs. A lot of people will clock themselves in the head. It's a lot less dangerous with a heavy club because a heavy club is usually covered in rubber if you're using an R-Max club, or they're very round and smooth. You could totally do it that way, but because we're going into the sword grip spin, we're going to do it in the sword grip, which means heavy side on the bottom. Our 180-degree pullover is an integral part of our sword grip mill. We are going to practice rotating inside and outside, rotate to the inside, rotate to the outside, rotate to the inside, rotate to the outside. Looks easy until you try it. Now we are going to add in the sword flare. Rotate to the inside, rotate to the outside, sword flare. Come to a good stop. The stop is what we're really training here. We're adding these two movements together, working on that stop in order to build control. We are always trying to demonstrate control with the lever so that we don't knock out our teeth or hit ourselves in the leg. Rotate to the inside, rotate to the outside, sword flare. Think of the inside as the reset, and now we're starting the real move. Get back to the inside, this is the reset. Rotate to the outside, sword flare. We are trying to do our sword flare as we were before. We're trying to keep all of our fingers on the mace. Instead of, I'm going to do it like you might do it with a light sword, where you drop these fingers off and only do it with the OK sign part of your hand, the top part of your hand, focusing on this part of the grip. Because we're focusing on learning to do this with heavier and heavier weights, we're trying to close the hand all the way to maintain as much grip as possible and move our elbows and our shoulder to create that movement and control. You'll notice I'm exhaling everywhere I want to demonstrate control. You can do it any way you want. I like to exhale a lot because I do maces for long periods of time, 30 to 60 minutes. As you do activities for a longer period of time, you would like to breathe more so you get more oxygen. Every time we come to a stop, we are exhaling so that we involuntarily contract our core. Even this light weight causes your core to contract for every swinging movement you do. More core contraction is better. We want our core to fire every time our hand moves, every time our shoulder moves. Every time, basically forever. Let's demonstrate it quickly on the other side. Outside is away from our center line. Inside is towards our center line. Starting from our outside, let's do the reset portion first. Behind the head, rotate, look. You can do this with soft knees if you want, but eventually we would like to get more out of our shoulder by keeping our legs perfectly straight. We are going to go outside, add the sword flare, getting the movement from the elbow and the shoulder. Reset inside, rotate to the outside, add the sword flare, demonstrate control. Keep all your fingers on. The heavier the mace gets, the more important that is. Reset, rotate to the inside, rotating our body to look which way we're going. As we rotate to the outside, we're pointing our chest all the way that direction to our left hand outside in my case. For you, it could be different. Add that sword flare, demonstrate control by stopping in a vertical spot. If you're stopping out here, you're going to notice it's really hard. The further this deviates out, the heavier the weight gets. Heavier and heavier and heavier. Rotating to the inside, stop with that vertical line. Demonstrate control. Outside and spin. We are going to take and add up all these small pieces and make more elaborate spinning movements. You can do it with this up on top, but it gets a little bit dicier with a really heavy mace. You can do it, and you could treat those as two very separate and distinct exercises. Do the sword version first because it has the least amount of weight swinging up here past your head. Learn to control the sword before you start trying to do it. Globe up.